You are listening to the Becoming the Wealthy You podcast with Jermaine Foley. If you're a woman who makes good money in your career or business, but you're not building wealth like you want to, then you're in the right place. In this podcast, you'll learn how to stop overspending, break free from the cycle of debt, save lots of cash, and become the wealthy woman you were born to be. Let's dive in. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are talking about something that I think is so important, but rarely discussed: the skills of money. Here's the truth. None of us are born knowing how to manage money, how to save, how to invest, or how to build wealth. These are skills we either learn or we don't learn. And this happens throughout our lives from when we're little kids. And sometimes the things we have learned along the way about money are not helpful and are very unproductive. But here's the good news. Money skills aren't reserved for the lucky few or the financially savvy. They can be learned. They can be strengthened and mastered at any point in your life. It doesn't matter how old you are right now. You, my friend, can learn the skills of money. Now, before we dive into these skills, I want to just talk about what a skill actually is in the first place. So here's the definition of a skill. A skill is a learned ability to do something well. It's something you can develop and strengthen through practice, education, and effort. When it comes to money, skills are about building habits and systems that make handling your finances easier, more effective, and less stressful. Now, here's what I want you to know. You do not capitalize, underline the word not. You do not need to be naturally gifted with money to get good at it. You just have to be willing and motivated to learn and to practice. You have to get to the point where you're just ready to change your life. You're just ready to stop stressing about money all the time. You have to get to the point where you're willing to do something you've never ever done before so that you can get a result and an experience of life that you've never ever had before. The saying, what got you here won't get you there, is so true. Like wherever you are financially, the habits, the mindsets that got you there will not get you to where you want to go. Okay. And the bridge to getting there is learning these skills I'm going to discuss with you today and over the next several episodes. And when we talk about these skills and the fact that you don't need to be gifted and you don't need to be born money savvy, this really underscores exactly why I was so passionate and committed to rebranding and changing the name of this podcast. I want women who are motivated and ready to finally take control of their money to know that this podcast, this space, me as a mentor, me as a money coach and a financial coach, I'm for you. The work that I do is for you. It's not for women who have already figured this money thing out. It is not for women who are already wealthy. It is for women who want to be wealthy. It is for women who aspire to be wealthy. And I've heard from quite a few of you already that this name change has resonated and you feel like you belong. You feel like not only is this podcast for you, but you feel like maybe my coaching programs are for you and my mentorships are for you. And I am just so happy to know that just tweaking the name a bit and making sure that you all understand where my heart is and who I help and what this podcast is all about. I love the fact that I get to hear from you that this change matters, this change resonates with you, and I'm just so excited about it. So again, this podcast is for women who make good money but haven't figured out how to build wealth. You haven't figured out how to get control of your spending. You haven't figured out how to save and build that financial security that you truly want. You haven't figured out how to get out of credit card debt and to actually stay out. You haven't figured out how to really invest and put your money to work for you. So, if you are ready to make changes, but you don't want to wait until I reopen the Wealthy Woman's Academy, that's something that happened at the beginning of the year. I closed down my mentorship, the Wealthy Woman's Academy, which is my year-long program that literally holds your hand every step of the way to go from wherever you are financially to where you want to be, to go from overspending to being in control of your money, to go from not having much money saved to having $10,000 or $20,000 saved, to go from being stuck in the cycle of credit card debt to be a person who can use your credit cards to your advantage instead of the credit cards taking advantage of you. To go from someone who barely invests to someone who is a savvy and passionate investor, right? If that's what you want, then that is what the Wealthy Woman's Academy will help you to get. And you get my mentorship, my help, my guidance, and you get some accountability along the way where you can literally make a 180-degree change when it comes to your finances. So if you're ready to make that change, I do not want to make you wait until I reopen the academy. I want to give you the opportunity to start now. So that is why I'm introducing a new application process for women who are ready to take action now. Here's how it works. Part of the application process is you answer a few questions and then you book a call with me so that we can really look at where you are and where you want to go. And then if I think I can help you, if it's a match and you feel like I can help you, there's no pressure, there's no obligation at all, then we will move forward and you'll get started inside of the Wealthy Woman's Academy. So how it works is like this. You'll start by selecting a date for your complimentary financial clarity session. This is where you're going to get so clear about where you are and so clear about where you want to go. And I'm going to tell you what I see, the things that need to happen in order for you to get there. So after you choose your date, you'll answer a few questions to help me learn more about you, your financial goals, and your current situation. Then during our session, like I said earlier, we'll talk about your goals, your challenges, and if we both find it a fit, and if I have space in the program, you'll be invited to get started right away. To apply, simply go to jermainefoley.com/apply. That's Jermaine with a G, Foley.com/apply, or you can just go to the show notes and click on the link to apply to work with Jermaine. So I want you to know that this isn't the same as open enrollment. This is a selective process designed for women who are ready to take action now and don't want to wait months until the academy opens back up again in order to start building wealth, in order to start being mentored by me, in order for me to start holding your hand so that you can get your goals not only in place, but you can get them accomplished. Okay. So if you're ready, do not wait. Go to jermainefoley.com/apply. And I would love to meet you and help you to make 2025 your wealthiest year yet. Listen, you all, you still have almost an entire year ahead of you. Reflect and ask yourself, if you started the year thinking that you were going to really, take control of your money and you've kind of fizzled off already, this is your sign that maybe working with me in the academy is the way to go. And now you have an opportunity to do so sooner than later. Okay, so now let's go ahead and dive in to the skills of money. There are 10 skills, you guys, and over the next several weeks, I am going to walk you through each of these skills individually, but for now, I want to go ahead and give you an overview of all 10 of them. And like I said, over the next few episodes, I'm going to go through each one, and there'll be some breaks in between. I'll have some guest interviews in between, but over the next several months or so, we will get through all 10. So make sure you're tuning in every Tuesday. And if you have some friends that are not listening to the show, invite them to tune in. I love when people tell me, oh, my friend told me about the podcast. That just makes my day. So sharing is caring, you all. So if you have any friends who who, they're probably not as far along as they want to be financially, but they fit the bill, right? They're making good money. They're just not building wealth. Send them to the Becoming the Wealthy You podcast, send them the link, and let them know that over the next several months, we're going to be tackling the skills of money, and I would love to have them as a listener. Okay, so skill number 1 is the skill of managing money. Managing money is about knowing what's coming in, what's going out, and having a clear plan for how you're using your resources. This skill gives you control over your finances instead of letting your finances control you. It's all about creating clarity and order in how you handle money so you always know where you stand, right? When you know how to manage your money, there's no second guessing. You know exactly where you stand. You know approximately how much debt you have. You know what's in your checking account. You know what your savings are looking like. You know what bills are coming in and going. You know what's happening with your money. You're not avoiding it. You're not sticking your head in the sand. You know your money, and you have a system in place for your money as well. So that was skill number 1. That's an overview of skill number 1, the skill of managing money. And of course, we're going to go deeper into this when I do the episode for this particular skill. Okay, let's go on to skill number 2, which is the skill of saving money. Saving money is about setting aside a portion of what you earn for future needs, emergencies, or goals. It's not about depriving yourself, but ensuring your money is working for you over time. It's setting aside money for your future self. It's setting aside money for when life happens so that you're not caught off guard when you need new tires or when your washing machine breaks or when something else happens. You're just ready, right? You're just putting away some money so that you have peace of mind to know that no matter what life throws your way, you are okay and you can cover it, right? And so that is what the skill of saving money is all about. And when you develop this skill, saving feels like a natural and intentional part of your financial routine. That's how you want saving money to be for you, where it's just what you do. It's not something you dread doing. It's not something that you sometimes do. It is just who you are, and it is just what you do. So now let's look at skill number 3, which is the skill of having money. This is different from the skill of saving money because many people feel uncomfortable holding on or having lots of money. This skill is about keeping money in your presence and not letting money burn a hole in your pocket. Okay, whether it's keeping money in your bank, whether it's keeping money in your wallet or your purse, whatever it is, I want you to learn how to build up your capacity to have money and not always want to send it away. This is all about building the capacity to hold on to wealth and not sabotage yourself by overspending, impulse spending, and emotionally spending. Skill number 4 is all about the skill of handling credit cards. Listen, credit cards can either be a tool or a trap. This skill involves understanding how to use credit cards wisely, avoiding debt traps, and leveraging them instead, okay? When you master this skill, credit cards stop feeling like a burden and start becoming a helpful tool in your financial toolkit, right? When you develop this skill, you no longer have to stay away from credit cards. You begin to trust yourself with credit cards and you feel like you can handle them, right? Once you build up this skill, that is how you'll feel. You'll feel confident and you'll trust yourself to be able to use credit cards as a tool and to your advantage instead of to your disadvantage. Okay, so now let's tackle skill number 5, the skill of getting out of debt. Getting out of debt is more than just paying off balances. It's about truly breaking free from the cycle of debt. True mastery of this skill means you're staying out of debt for good and not just paying it down only to rack it back up again. That is huge, you all, because some of you are really good at paying off debt, but it never ever goes away. And if it does go away, it doesn't go away for long, right? Because we have created a habit of being in debt. It's kind of like the opposite of the skill of having money. You have created a skill of being in debt. And we want to create the skill of getting out of debt. Okay, so that is skill number 5. And again, we're going to do an episode on this in the near future. So stay tuned. Make sure you invite your friends so they can get all of the gold I'm going to be dropping over the next several months about these skills. Okay, so skill number 6 is the skill of investing. The skill of investing is about adopting an investor's mindset by playing the long game, not the short game, and not trying to time the market. It's about educating yourself, knowing where to put your money, and feeling confident in your decisions and your abilities. Anyone can become a great investor by building this skill intentionally and focusing on long-term growth. Okay, so skill number 7 is the skill of earning money, or we can say making money. This skill is all about increasing your income potential, whether it's negotiating a raise, growing a business, starting a side hustle, or developing new revenue streams. Earning more money often requires you to step outside your comfort zone and recognizing your value and recognizing that the truth is the amount of money you're making right now is just the baseline of what you could be making. We all, me included, we all have the potential to be making so much more money with our skills, with our intelligence, with our mind. So that is another skill we're going to really dive deep into so that you all can really tap into your human ingenuity and know that you are not limited to your salary. You are not limited to how much you're making in your business right now. There is so much more available to you. Next, let's go on to skill number 8, which is the skill of spending money. Spending money intentionally means that you spend money on things that truly matter to you and you stop spending on things that don't. When you truly hone this skill, you spend your money in a way that builds your wealth and lets you enjoy life. You're not spending in ways that deplete your wealth or hurt your future, but instead in ways that enhance your life and aligns with your values. So that is what the skill of spending money is all about, learning how to spend your money in a way that no longer harms you, but actually benefits you. All right, we have 2 more. And so skill number 9 is the skill of building wealth. Building wealth is about creating financial security and freedom over time. This is not a one-time event, but a long-term process that involves growing your assets, your investing, and making intentional financial decisions. This skill is about thinking ahead and making choices that supports your current self and your future self, right? When you're focused on wealth building, you're not just focused on the here and now, but you do care about today, right? You do care that you enjoy your life today, but that's not all you care about. You also care about your future, right? You are prioritizing both. So many of us don't think about the future. We're just living in the moment. We're living for today. We're embracing that instant gratification that our primitive brains love so much. But when you start to think about building wealth, you balance it out a little bit. You make sure that you're enjoying life today and that you're well taken care of today, and you're building wealth for your future. So now we're down to our final skill, which is the skill of budgeting, or like I say, the skill of creating a spending plan. Because you know that I rarely use the word budgeting, but the truth is that's what it is. It's a budget, right? And the reason why I rarely use it is because it has a negative connotation for many people, and they just cringe at it and they don't want to have anything to do with it. So I like to call it a spending plan. And creating a spending plan is to simply decide ahead of time how you want to use your money. It's about control and intention and not restriction. Okay, a spending plan helps you to align your money with your goals and the things you truly, truly care about. So there you have it. You now know the 10 skills of money. Let's do a quick recap. Skill number 1 is the skill of managing money. Skill number 2 is the skill of saving money. Skill number 3 is the skill of having money. Skill number 4 is the skill of handling credit cards. Skill number 5 is the skill of getting out of debt. Number 6 is the skill of investing. 7 is the skill of earning or making money. 8 is the skill of spending money. 9 is the skill of building wealth. And 10 is the skill of budgeting. So I think this is a good time for you to reflect and really think about which skill or skills you really want to hone in on over the next several months. Like I said, over the next several episodes, I will be diving deeper into these skills. I will be taking a break every now and then to do other episodes or to have a guest episode inserted in between. But over the next couple of months or so, we're going to get through all of them. That is my commitment to you all. We're going to get through them all. But here's the best part of all of this. These skills can be learned. No matter which one you want to work on, the best part is that these skills can be learned. If any of these feel overwhelming, know that that's normal and that's okay. You don't have to master them all at once. Start with just one. Practice that one and go from there. Okay? So again, over the next few weeks, I'll be breaking down each skill in its own episode. We'll explore what it means, why it matters, and how you can develop it no matter where you're starting. And remember, if you're ready to work on these skills with me by your side, so that you can take control of your financial life and you do not want to wait for the next enrollment of the Wealthy Woman's Academy to open up, then go ahead and get your application in and book your financial clarity session. Remember, you start by choosing a date, filling out a few questions, and then once we're on that call together, if we both think it's a fit and if I have space, then you can immediately get started. And remember, all you have to do is go to jermainefoley.com/apply. That's Jermaine with the G.com/apply to make this a reality. All right. I will see you all next week. Bye-bye. Wait, before you go, have you checked out my free class? It's all about the steps you need to take if you want to build wealth without going on a strict budget. To sign up, simply go to jermainefoley.com/wealth class. That's Jermaine with a G, Foley.com/wealth class. See you in there.